Hello, and welcome to my first screencast. My name is Sharon Work, and as an assignment for my educational media course, I'm developing a tutorial to show how to isolate images from their backgrounds in Photoshop. I've only been working with Photoshop now for about 2 weeks, so I'm by no means an expert. Some of you viewing this will be ahead of my abilities by leaps and bounds, and so for you, I would ask for feedback on ways that you found success with isolating images. Let me preface my screencast by stating and showing the disclaimer at the bottom here. Now let's begin. Throughout the course of the screencast, I cover the following objectives: to use the quick selection tool to surround images in Photoshop, to use the add to selection tool. This will help us surround parts of the images missed by the quick selection tool. To use the subtract from selection tool. This will help us remove parts of the background that were included by the quick selection tool. To add a mask to the background. In doing so, this will isolate the image we want from the parts of the photo that we don't want. Finally, we'll export the image as a portable network graphic, or PNG, so we can then use it in other graphic design projects. Okay. Now here, switching over to Photoshop, is a set of old barrels I wanted to add to a graphic design project for another course. The first image is of the barrels as they are. The second image here is after removing the background. Notice the nice white and gray checkerboard surrounding the barrels in the second image here. I used the quick selection tool to find the edges, cut them away, then exported the image as a PNG. PNGs are transparency supported files. So this is the format I saved all of the images I isolated for my project. And this was the final image that I included in my project. The modified images worked better for my infographic, particularly since I wanted a colored background. Okay, switching back over. Now let's give it a try ourselves. I pulled up an image of a set of wine glasses, and we're going to go ahead and cut away the red wine glass. Okay, bear in mind that I'm still a novice at this, and the quick selection tool is just one of the ways that images can be separated. So for this job, we're going to be doing most of our work in Photoshop, and our final image is going to go in InDesign so you can see how it looks. As we go ahead to modify the wine glass, let's see. I started with an image with sharp borders so the tools would pick up on them easily. Scroll over to the left side toolbar over here, and we're going to go to the quick selection tool. It's the icon where the paintbrush is painting the dashed lines near the top of your toolbar. This quick selection tool is the tool used to find and follow the edge of an image, so you can eventually layer the image and remove it from the background. If you scroll to the top, to this top toolbar, you'll see 4 similar icons, and these 3 that are grouped together will allow you to do different things. The left icon is going to let you modify a new selection. The middle icon lets you add to your selection in the event that the quick selection tool missed something. And the icon on the right lets you subtract from the image in case the quick selection tool got a bit overzealous with its selection of material. You can then take the unwanted part of the image and remove it. With certain images you'll modify, there may be significantly more detail than this image that I've chosen. When that happens, just scroll to this icon right here where mine says the number 10, yours would say something, it might say another number. That image is the click to open brush support options support tool. You can modify the tip of the brush for smaller, more detailed edges, or make the tip wider to select larger images. In this one, if I have trouble with the selection near the stem of the wine glass, like say I were to move this to, if I were to adjust this to say 56, you see how the size difference there. We're going to go ahead and put it at 10 because that's where, or around 10, we'll go ahead and set it at 12 here. That pixel ratio is going to make it easier to isolate the image, the thinner image through the middle. So let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to start there. Oh, look, I'm so glad it highlighted that right away, specifically for time, and it switched over to the other, the subtract. So all you do is click and drag, Okay, that came out nice. And let's go ahead and take care of the bottom here. Okay, it's getting a little jagged, but we'll go ahead and take care of that with the subtract tool. Okay, let's flip over to the subtract tool now and straighten out this part here. See how it cleans things up for us? And since this is just a quick tutorial, we're not going to go ahead and make it absolutely perfect. That should do the job. Once you have your desired image surrounded by dashed lines, or as some call them, the marching ants, scroll down to the bottom right here to this part of the clipboard where you have a miniature image and the word background. You're now going to add a mask to the background layer by clicking the icon that resembles the flag of Japan here, the rectangle with the circle in the middle. Once you've clicked on this icon, you'll see a new, and this one is to add a mask. Once you've clicked on that icon, you'll see a new image popped up next to the miniature image on the clipboard. That's your new image, free of background information with a new transparent background. If you take a look back over in your workspace, you see the gray and white checkerboard, which was exactly what we wanted. So let's go ahead and we're not going to save this image in the format that we just modified it in because that would give it a Photoshop designation. We're going to go up to the file in the toolbar. We're going to scroll down to export, and you'll see a side menu opens up here. We'll have the option to save it or to do a quick export as a PNG or export as. Either of these options would work for this file since we're saving it as a PNG. The PNG, as I mentioned, is a format that supports transparency. This will give us what we need to use in other documents with no visible background. And we're going to go ahead and click Quick Export. Now we have, now it's going to save for us. Choose your file and choose your file name. This one we're just going to call Wine Glasses 3 and save. Okay, and once we've done that, this file should be good to go on InDesign. I don't know why it keeps pulling that image up here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to this one I don't need to talk you through because this is just what I'm showing you as a viewer how it's going to turn out, and it was Wine Glasses 3. We'll click on that, and hopefully it'll show up in our image. And there it is. Okay. All right. As you see, there's no background image. Everything turned out nice and sharp. And this we can now use for, let's see. So I'm going to add, let's see. Okay, that's actually everything. I covered everything I needed to cover with you. Thank you for joining me in my first screencast. I was extremely nervous and did about 30 takes ahead of time. I hope you were able to learn a little something from it, as I know I did. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or feedback on my work. My name is Sharon Work, and I'll share another screencast with you sometime again soon. Bye.